Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're looking at an air temperature of 63 degrees with a dew point of 57. It feels pretty comfortable out there. Only a few fair weather clouds. Otherwise, it's been pretty dry during the overnight, although we have had at one time some showers move through. Just after the midnight hour, we had a batch of light rain move through, and then again around 3 a.m. we had a batch of light rain move through. It's been pretty quiet since then, though. 58 degrees in Parrish, Bradenton, 60 in Wauchula, 59 Mayaca. In Lakewood Ranch, the same. 63 Sarasota, 62 is in Venice and Inglewood, 60 in Northport, and 64 degrees at Longboat Key. So across the region right now, you can see those showers that are still out in Gulf waters gradually drifting in this direction, but the tendency will be for these showers to kind of bust apart as they get closer to the coastline. Not to say you couldn't get a little bit of patchy drizzle or intermittent wiper kind of issues during your morning commute, but for the most part, we are looking at a drying condition starting to evolve across our Sun coast. We have some drier air back to the north, and that drier air and high pressure ridge are building in. So more and more, we are going to see larger and larger breaks in our clouds until we get into the afternoon hours, when I think we'll see some pretty rapid clearing. We'll see some very clear skies during the overnight tonight, and then a string of beautiful days as that high pressure ridge builds in. There's another front back to the west. That's going to basically fall apart as it sinks south, but another front behind it could bring us some cooler weather by the end of the weekend, and I mean some significantly cooler weather. A frontal boundary continues to press southward, clears the state of Florida, goes out into the Atlantic, eventually breaks apart. High pressure builds in, our winds come out of the north, and we get more sunshine over the course of the next 12 hours or so. An isolated sprinkle still possible during these morning hours, and we wait for that cooler air I was just talking about to arrive by the end of the weekend. Well, watch the RPM computer model, put it into motion. The cloud cover that we have now gives way this afternoon to clearing, and then that anchors in place, and we are left with a beautiful work week ahead. Drier air locked in place will even prevent too much in the way of rainfall potential with the next cooler front, which is due to arrive by the end of the weekend. So the Hurricane Center is still looking at this area right here, now giving it about a 70% chance of development as the cluster of clouds just below that red circle lifts north into that circle. Warm waters, the kind of upper level winds that are conducive for development should all come together to produce at least a tropical depression by the end of the weekend. What will eventually happen to it? Too early to tell. It'll probably just sit here and stew for a while. And then eventually, I think another frontal boundary, which will have a cloud pattern very similar to this frontal boundary that we're experiencing right now, will take this mass and push it off to the north and to the east. Too early to tell whether it'll be an impact at all to the state of Florida. More than likely, it will be a Caribbean storm. But we'll keep an eye on it for you, of course, and be updating you as it develops, if it develops. North wind coming in at about 10, surging this afternoon at about 10 to 15, bringing you a light chop with 2-foot seas, and the official Suncoast forecast shows that cooler air coming in this weekend. Breezy with daytime highs on Monday, struggling to hit the upper 60s. Nighttime lows in many places will be in the upper 40s. Back to you.